evening, South Carolina. Tina Thompson here. Our top story tonight involves the TikTok video with the cats of Myrtle Beach. They've captured feral cats riding the Ferris wheel, or as I'm calling it, the Pharaoh's wheel. Pretty clever, isn't it? I'm gonna take a point for me.
Your scorecard is so off.
And I'm Charlotte Sunflower. Ever since that TikTok video went viral, visitation to the boardwalk has... Breaking news? We have to check in with weather.
Hello, I am meteorologist Bob Breeze. Folks, we are keeping a close watch on Hurricane Urkel, which is a few hundred miles away. Now, it appeared that it would continue heading west through Florida, but the latest computer models show a likely turn in our direction. As you can see, it has a well-defined eye. Now, scientists still aren't sure how hurricane eyes form, but an eye that is this visible is an indication that it is powerful. It is now Category 4, with maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. It could increase its wind speed to greater than 157 miles per hour, which would put it at Cat 5, the strongest rating on the scale. Now, there is some uncertainty in the forecast of steering winds in mid-levels, so we'll really want to keep an eye on it.
Oh, nice pun, Bob. Oh, you get me all excited when you use those puns.
Speaking of eyes, I know a meteorologist with pretty eyes.
Focus, ladies. This is serious stuff.
Yes, I am working on my campaign for re-election. I need to look into the storm situation. All right.
Two nights ago, we learned of an incoming storm called Hurricane Urkel, or as I'd like to call it, Hurkel. Isn't that a good one? Scorekeepers at home, I'll take a point. Bob, what's the latest on Hurkel?
Well, unfortunately, the spaghetti plots were accurate, Charlotte. Hurkel is heading our way.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. You see what I did there? I'll take a point.
What does pasta have to do with this?
Well, that's just a term for the chart, because it shows the projected direction from several models. The forecast tracks look like noodles.
Might this storm weaken?
It's unlikely. Yeah, hurricanes maintain strength from two things: warm water and light winds aloft. And now there is plenty of warm water out there, and high-level winds are minimal. But there is some forecast uncertainty, so I'll feel more confident after tomorrow's computer forecast.
That doesn't sound good. Folks, get your bags ready and packed in case we need to leave quickly.
We'll speak with Governor Simpson tomorrow. Good night, and stay tuned for Jimmy Kimmel.
I actually prefer Colbert.
Tina, we're still on the air.
Oh, just kidding.
Hi, this is Mayor Gouda. Is this Nick Nelson?
It is. Have you ordered a mandatory evacuation yet?
Not yet. I'll speak with Bob Breeze soon. If the new forecast predicts landfall near Charleston, I'll order an evacuation.
Just keep in mind our road network wasn't designed to handle that much congestion. A mass exodus on these roads will be a traffic nightmare.
Yes, I am afraid of that.
Good luck. Dang it, who used all the mustard?
Okay, Bob, what's the latest on Hurkel?
Yes, well, there's been an update from the Air Force Weather Reconnaissance pilots, aka the Hurricane Hunters. They flew through the storm an hour ago.
They flew through the storm? Intentionally?
Yes. Yeah, it sounds weird, but they have a heavy-duty airplane with weather equipment on it. The pressure was recorded all the way down to 920 millibars. And max sustained winds are 160 miles per hour. I hate to say it, but Hurkel is at Cat 5 status.
Oh, geez, Mr. Breeze. Oh, that's a point for me. Although it's not what we wanted to hear, so we'll check in a little bit later with you.
Governor Simpson, this is my fellow meteorologist, Chris Clout.
Oh, nice to meet you.
You too. How you feeling?
Stressed. This evacuation could be a very difficult mess. Seems necessary, though. What do you think?
An evacuation is likely, but we won't know for sure until the next computer forecast in about 10 minutes.
All right. Well, I don't know much about hurricanes. What can you tell me?
When warm ocean water evaporates, warm air develops just above the surface. Now, warm air rises because it is less dense than cooler air surrounding it. And this rising motion leads to less air at the surface, so an area of low air pressure forms.
Well, what causes the winds to increase so?
I am actually getting a call from Mayor Gouda, so I will have to take this. Chris, if you don't mind helping him out.
All right.
Yeah, so you were wondering about how winds get so strong in hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this air below pressure gets really intense. And so there's less and less air down there. That means there's a lack of air. That air is trying to fill that in very quickly. That movement of air really fast means strong winds.
Don't hurricanes rotate?
They do. That's because of the Coriolis effect.
The Coriolis.
Oh yeah. It's complicated. But basically, Earth is a rotating sphere, right?
Right.
And take a look at this. Areas near the equator are actually moving around faster than near the poles.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Because they're actually covering more distance, these areas here, every rotation than say up here near the poles.
Yes.
And so let me show you in my magic balloon. Pretty awesome, huh? So you can imagine if winds are going north and south on Earth, that they actually have some momentum east because of the rotation. So in the northern hemisphere, winds will bend to the right. In the southern hemisphere, they bend to the left. So this bending of wind around an area of low pressure leads to rotation.
Well, that's why the toilets flushed in Australia go the other way.
That's a common myth. Not so much, because the Coriolis effect only affects much larger entities.
Hi, I go by Actually Andy. I better interject here. Actually, there was an experiment showing in the absence of other forces, toilets should flush in opposite directions. In reality, though, flush direction is determined by the toilet's flush jet angles and/or shape of the bowl.
Think about this. So, when air rises in the atmosphere, higher up, it encounters less atmospheric pressure. It actually decreases in temperature because there's lower pressure, and the air can no longer hold moisture, and so that gaseous form of water will condense into liquid form of water, create clouds, and rain. Check this out. I got this bottle here. We'll put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in this bottle. There's some evaporation going on in here, okay? So it's increasing the moisture content in this bottle. I will use this highly sophisticated weather equipment here, otherwise known as a bike pump. Now I'm going to increase the pressure. So what's that doing in there?
The bottle's getting warmer.
It is increasing the temperature. Remember the ideal gas law?
Yeah.
Warm that up. Warm that up. Okay. Now we're going to release that pressure from 3. 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
Ta-da!
What happened?
Isn't that cool? So I added extra moisture content in there, and also some more particles from the rubbing alcohol for the gaseous moisture to condense onto little particles. And so once we released the pressure really quickly, the temperature went down really quickly. This gas couldn't hold the moisture. Plus there were some more particles for condensation to condense onto. So what happened there was a cloud was actually formed in that bottle. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, but This is an awful lot to take in.
Indeed. Also, with really warm water, hurricanes get a lot of strength from latent heat release.
Latent what?
There are basically three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas.
Actually, those are the three classical states of matter, but there are many more. The other states of matter don't occur on Earth in normal conditions. Anyway, continue.
And it requires a certain amount of energy to go from solid to liquid to gas. If you go backwards from gas to liquid to solid, energy is released into the system as opposed to requiring energy. It actually sends energy out, which causes it to warm up, right? Mm-hmm. Which causes an increase in instability, causes the storm to become stronger, and so a hurricane kind of builds upon itself.
Well, how warm does the water have to be for a hurricane?
79 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, how warm is the water between here and Herkel?
88 degrees.
Dang.
Plenty warm.
Well, what about the significance of what you said, winds aloft?
Yeah, so if there are really strong winds high in the atmosphere, that can actually break up a hurricane.
Ooh.
And that's called shearing.
Might that happen with Herkel?
Unlikely, but let me take a look. The jet stream might actually come far enough south. If so, those high-level winds will break up the storm.
Oh, we can only hope.
Okay. The new forecast models should be out. The European and American models are in agreement. Unfortunately, the mid-level winds will continue to propel Herkel toward us, and wind shear will be minimal.
No.
And I don't see any reason to suspect a change in forecast, so I hate to say it, but the core of Herkel will slam into Charleston in 2 to 3 days.
Dang. Well, I'll tell Mayor Gouda to make the announcement on the news immediately.
Dang. Not looking good.
We're here with Mayor Pete Gouda, who's named after my favorite cheese. Mayor Gouda has some important news for us on Herkel. What do you have, Mayor?
Governor Simpson and I have been following Herkel with Bob and Chris. Unfortunately, it's expected to make landfall in Charleston in 2 to 3 days. Therefore, I'm ordering a mandatory evacuation for Charleston County. Grab items you need and quickly move at least 40 miles inland.
Folks, you heard him. It's time to go. We know how you all like to ignore authorities. Like that one time, there was a shark sighting at the beach and they closed it down. Half the town went anyways. 2 people nearly died trying to get hashtag shark selfie.
Oh, thanks, Bob, again for helping me out. You said you had something else to tell me.
Yes, there is something that I thought might be worth considering. It is a long shot.
Well, I'm desperate. Well, what is it?
So I've received numerous emails about someone who supposedly has been a real hero when severe weather has approached.
Well, what has this hero done?
They say he can, well, control the weather.
With all due respect, I really don't have time for jokes.
Not joking. Apparently, this individual has changed the direction of several tornadoes to save homes.
You expect me to believe this?
Look, I didn't believe it either, but those emails kept coming. Look, it's worth talking to him. I mean, maybe, just maybe, he can move the hurricane away from Charleston.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Well, who is this guy?
He goes by Holfast.
Holfast? What kind of name's that?
Yeah, he is not exactly normal. He's a hobbit.
A hobbit? Oh, please. What is this? Lord of the Rings meets Twister? You're wasting my time.
Okay, look, there are pictures. There are pictures. Right there. You can see the tornado path mysteriously change direction.
Oh, they're probably photoshopped.
I doubt it. Look, I'm telling you, it is worth talking to Holdfast. He might be able to help us. He lives fairly close.
Is there any risk?
No, just contact him. Look, I have his fax number.
Fax? No phone? Or email?
No, he only faxes.
Oh, whatever. Well, I'll contact him, but I have no expectations.
Good luck.
Traffic is going to be a nightmare.
Definitely. The sooner you leave, the better.
Before you evacuate, be sure to set your DVR to the Goldbergs at 8 p.m. here on ABC.
People still DVR?
Greetings, Governor Simpson. I appreciate your interest in my experience with weather phenomena and willing to meet to determine if I may be of assistance. Consultation convened at my residence. It is located near the Hobbit Trail off Highway 700. From Palmetto Park, turn right and go 280 human paces. Please arrive in 90 minutes' time. Hold fast. Paces?
Hold fast!
Password!
Thorn Oakenshield!
You shall pass. Greetings. You must be the governor.
Yes.
What can I do to help you?
Are you aware that Hurricane Urkel's forecasted to make landfall soon?
Yes, I saw about it on Instagram.
You have social media?
I live in the dark forest, my friend, not the dark ages. I have nearly 10,000 followers.
Well, anyway, it's headed right towards Charleston. It's going to destroy much of our beautiful city.
Not good. How can I help?
Well, Bob Breeze mentioned you might be able to control the weather.
Change the weather? And you believed him?
You can't control the weather? Dang it! This is a waste of my time.
Wait! Come back. I just wanted to see the look on your face. I was only kidding.
Really?
Funny, yes? I do have some experience controlling weather.
So you can change the course of this hurricane?
I haven't had any experience with tropical storms per se, but I'm sure I could do it.
Please, see what you can do. We're in dire straits.
Dire straits? Money for nothing, now that was a good song. Let me see what I can do. It says here that attempting to alter the course of a tropical storm could result in disastrous consequences.
What kind of consequences?
Storm strengthening, erratic storm motion, and who knows.
So it could make things worse. But if we don't do anything, it could be catastrophic. So we might as well try, right?
I should mention that I've never miscalculated in the past.
Never?
Never.
Well then, what's a try? We don't have all day. Work your magic.
All right. Let me take a moment to familiarize myself with the procedure. What's your experience with chemistry?
I took it in high school.
At an American public school?
Yes.
Well, then you probably don't know much.
Burn. But okay.
I've created a special atmospheric modification substance called Atmud. Atmud is a mixture of lung lichen, fern, and a special secret element that only hobbits can find called hobbitonium.
Hobbitonium? Really?
Yes. Hydrogen peroxide naturally breaks down into liquid water and oxygen gas. I'll add the Atmud and yeast to hydrogen peroxide. Then we'll capture the gas from the reaction and release it into the atmosphere.
Well, how will you release it?
Using a weather balloon to inject it into high altitudes. Then I'll use a special tree that I created to move weather patterns.
A special tree?
Yes, I call it a chemist tree. Get it?
Sure. But this is questionable.
Well, as John Hyatt sings, have a little faith in me. I'll go put on this PPE. I'll prepare the chemicals.
I hope his science is better than his singing.
We're here with Nick Nelson, the South Carolina Department of Transportation Manager. Charlotte, are you playing Wordle right now?
Yeah, but I've almost got it. Don't worry, I'm listening.
Whatever. Nick, what do you have for us?
Thousands of cars are attempting to leave at once. I haven't seen traffic this bad since the fairs served free fried butter sticks.
I remember those fried butter sticks. Those were the days. Yummy.
This historic city got its roots around 1700. The roads weren't exactly set up for this. Now, to alleviate traffic, all inbound lanes toward Charleston are open for outbound traffic only.
Thanks, Nick.
I got the Wordle. It's storm.
You done ruined it. I was about to do it today.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
So the hydrogen peroxide is breaking down into liquid water and oxygen gas very slowly. So I'll need to add yeast to act as a catalyst.
What's a catalyst?
A catalyst speeds up a chemical reaction. Okay, so hydrogen peroxide. Now I'll add some Carolina Love to sweeten the reaction a bit. Yes. Okay. Now I'll sprinkle in a bit of Atmud. Okay. And now I'll prepare this balloon that will need to capture the gas after I add the yeast.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh. What? What? No! No, stop it! Stop! What are you doing? Stop immediately! Stop! Stop right now! No! 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 No!
Well, what happened?
Oh, I misread the required amount of yeast and added too much. The reaction happened too quickly.
Well, can't we do it again?
I don't have enough ingredients to attempt the experiment again.
What do we do now?
Quite frankly, I don't know.
Folks, Hercule is swiftly approaching. This storm is not to be taken lightly. Our field reporter, Betty Rose, is out there reporting live, talking to people who still haven't left.
Greetings, Betty Rose here. With Hercule approaching, I'm surprised to see so many folks still hanging around town. Why have you not evacuated? Hercule's coming.
I know, but I gotta make sure my freezer backup generator is good to go. I got me a half-ton of catfish in there.
A half-ton? Why so much?
I'm the owner of the Catfish Stew Shack.
I've never had catfish stew.
You mean to tell me you live in South Carolina, home of the greatest catfish stew on earth, and you ain't ever had it?
No.
You ain't ever lived. Here, taste it.
Wow, that is good.
You know, whenever I question God's existence, I just have me some of this catfish stew here, and all those doubts are gone.
Evacuate soon, because the world needs that stew.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't there something you can work with?
There is a procedure I can try, but it seems a bit complicated. We start with a Shia shroom.
Shia shroom?
Yes. And then we add a bit of snow.
Snow?
Yes, water ice. I keep some from the previous winter. Let's start in there, would you mind? Thank you. Okay. Now I add a bit of HOBBIT.
Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes. Now this fog should form a gelatin-like substance, a solid which I can add to the atmod, and the combination of those two will create the gas we're looking for.
Great! Something's happening.
Yes. I'll need to be very gentle while I extract the solid. This can be a very volatile substance. 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
It popped!
That wasn't supposed to happen?
No. What could have gone wrong? Oh! That was the container of carbon dioxide ice. Carbon dioxide gas is denser than air, so it falls instead of rises.
Well, what can we try now?
Have to see.
The question for you is, how do you get close to the person you just met? You have the cards, the quorant, the other, and the balance.
Sir, what are you doing?
I'm doing a tarot card read.
For a dog?
Yes, this dog needs guidance. Are you trying to take the lead in the relationship? Are you competing? Listen to the voice of the other.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. Why are you still here? We're supposed to be evacuating.
What do you mean?
You aren't aware there's a major hurricane coming?
You don't say. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say about it.
Screw your tarot cards! Sorry, but you've got to go!
You seem stressed. Why don't you sit down and I'll give you a read?
Go.
Don't you have any other ideas?
There is one other experiment we could try. This one requires dissolved carbon dioxide gas in a liquid. Let me see if I have any of that. Oh, I actually do have some.
What do you mean, dissolved carbon dioxide?
It's possible for gases such as carbon dioxide to be incorporated into a liquid form. And once done, then you can basically pull the gas back out again.
Interesting.
Yes. If we add atmod to this liquid, we should be able to produce the gas that we need. However, this experiment will require atmod in tablet form.
Tablet form?
Yes, which luckily I have right here. Okay. Give you a few atmod tablets. We're going to need twice the usual amount of gas for this experiment, so we're going to have to conduct it simultaneously.
Okay.
Alright, let's prepare our balloons to capture the gas. Alright, now open our canisters of dissolved carbon dioxide. Alright, now prepare to add the atmod tablets. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. What? No! Son of a beaker!
What the heck happened?
Let me see. Ah! I forgot that atmod tablets contain rough surfaces. They cause the CO2 bubbles to be released too quickly.
I thought you never made mistakes.
I usually don't.
So now we're screwed?
I just don't know what else I can do.
Dang, this storm's gonna devastate Charleston. I gotta go help with the evacuation.
Wait! I can ask for help.
Dang it, Charlie! You done messed up again, boy. I told you you're gonna hurt yourself with that dang BB gun.
Ma'am, why haven't you evacuated yet?
1 second. Stop it, Frank! That's the kind of thing that you get CPS calling us about.
Aren't you aware a hurricane is approaching?
Oh yes, I knows about Urkel. Didn't surprise me to see the central pressure decrease to 934 millibars, considering the latest 12Z European and GFS computer models predicted minimal upper level wind shear. The 300 millibars geostrophic winds were forecast to stay plenty north of here.
Wow, you sure know a lot about meteorology.
Oh yeah, I call into the news station all the time to talk to that hunk, Bob Breeze, about weather predictions. Hey, Bob.
Well, okay, but you really should evacuate.
Oh, I know. I just need these kids to get out some energy before I put them in the van for 2 hours. Charlie! Frank! Get your butts in the van. It's time to go.
From who?
From Theodolph Lightfoot, my father's spirit who's recently transitioned to the other side.
You can speak to him?
In times of crisis, it's possible. There's a procedure for summoning the spirit. Let's see. We're going to have to solve this riddle. Here, read it to me.
What runs but never walks, has a mouth but never talks, has a head but never weeps, and a bed but never sleeps?
We're here with meteorologist Chris Cloud. Chris, what's the latest with Hercule?
Well, we should be feeling initial effects within a day or so. One of the greatest concerns is the storm surge. It could be over 15 feet.
What's a storm surge?
Well, sea levels actually rise near hurricanes because its strong winds will pile up water. Like storm surge flooding can be often the most dangerous part of the storm.
Great, so that's another thing we have to worry about. We'll check back with you soon. Hey folks, if you haven't seen ABC's new drama, Big Sky, check it out Thursdays at 10 p.m.
Speaking of Big Sky, did you know I grew up in Montana?
No.
Yeah, and I remember there was no speed limit there for a while. We'd be cruising down the highway at like 100 miles an hour, just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, it was so exciting.
We need to go to Montana.
I know, those were the days.
Yeah.
Tricky.
A river!
Greetings, Holdfast. What is the purpose of this summoning?
Salutations, Theodolph. Governor Sinbad Simpson and I need help. There's a hurricane approaching South Carolina, and I'm trying to alter its course.
But you have no experience with tropical storms, right?
True, but I have the procedures in this book. Only I made a few mistakes with my experiment attempts, and I could use a new idea.
How many times have I told you to pay close attention to directions?
I just got a bit stressed and impatient.
You're 86 years old. When will you learn?
Do you have any ideas that could help?
Well, have you asked yourself WWBD?
What's that mean?
What would Bilbo do?
Bilbo? Like Baggins?
Yes.
You talked to him?
Yeah, on a Zoom meeting. He mentioned a way to create CO2 from sodium bicarbonate and acetic acid.
Now you're on to something. But isn't there something you're missing?
You're right. That would require Governor Simpson to be able to blow into this hobbicoction, and convert it into carbonic acid. But only 10% of humans can make that work, though.
It's the only option left.
You're right. If you're one of the 10%, then this will change color when you blow into it. No, doesn't seem to be working. It's working! It worked! It's working! It worked! It worked! Yes! Good one, Theodore. Thank you so much, Theodore.
My pleasure. Good luck.
Bye, Dad.
My expectations are still low. I'll give you 15 minutes. If it hasn't happened by then, I'm out of here.
Deal.
So Chris, what's the latest on Hercule?
The radar is showing heavy rain from outer bands of Hercule. These outer bands are where tornadoes sometimes form when the hurricanes first encounter land, because the surface friction will slow down the winds at ground level, but the winds above remain faster, which can lead to rotation and sometimes tornadoes.
Yeah, so looks like we might be here maybe 2 to 3 days. Looks like you and I, Chris, are going to be bonding. We're going to be eating canned soup and binge watching The Connors.
Whatever happened to Roseanne?
Hold fast! You got 5 minutes left and you still aren't back from the basement!
I'm coming! Here, hold this sodium bicarbonate.
What is it this time?
I'll have you blow into acetic acid, then combine it with sodium bicarbonate and atmod. That should be able to produce the gas we need to inflate the balloon.
Fingers crossed!
Alright, first let me prepare the sodium bicarbonate. Alright, good. Now you blow into this acetic acid.
Okay.
Quickly. Perfect. Okay, now I'll sprinkle in a bit of atmod powder. Alright, now once I add the acetic acid, it should inflate the balloon.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready!
Are you ready to save Charleston?
Yes!
Alright, I can't wait for this to work! Okay, 3, 2, 1! Alright, go quickly! Oh, go! What's going on?
What a surprise! Another done!
Nothing's happening. I don't understand what could be wrong.
One failure after another. I'm out of here!
No. No, this certainly is strange. Am I missing something in the procedure? What could have gone wrong? It's working! Governor Simpson, come back! It's working! No! Simpson, come back! I missed an important ingredient.
It works!
It works! I forgot that I needed to add ground up Amanita muscaria.
Wait, isn't that the mushroom from Super Mario Brothers?
It sure is. Now we just need to create enough of this gas to fill a large balloon, and then we'll be able to push the storm out to sea.
Yes!
It's working!
Oh!
What's the latest on Hercule?
While sea levels are starting to rise, conditions will deteriorate very quickly. I just hope people can make it through this storm safely.
There's been some reports of road rage out there. Folks, take some chill pills. We are in the middle of a crisis, and fighting each other is not going to help.
Before we release the balloon, it's important to recite 3 Hobbit phrases. Here, please read the 8th phrase of the book.
All right. May the wind under your wings bear you where the sun sails and the moon sets.
All right, and the next phrase.
The world is not found in your books and maps, but out there.
Great. And now for the moment of truth. I'll read the final Hobbit phrase. Go backward, no good at all. Go sideways, impossible. Go forward, only thing to do. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, soar!
What?
What happened?
This was a complete waste of time!
I don't understand. Why won't you work? I just don't understand what could have gone wrong. Theodolph, you were right! I just need to slow down and pay attention. I missed the last line! Sinbad, come back! Move forward. Only thing to do. On we go! 3, 2, 1, soar! It worked! It worked! It worked! Sinbad, come back!
It worked!
Folks, this dangerous hurricane is starting to make landfall. Our very own meteorologist Chris Cloud is on location in the outer bands of the storm. Chris, what's going on out there?
Yeah, Tina, the winds out here is so brutal. I'm gonna get knocked over any second. The waves are coming in, the storm surge is coming in. It's gonna get so bad. This is just the outer band of Urkel. Do not underestimate this storm, Charleston. Get in your car. Let's be alive. It's gonna be crazy. Oh, jeez.
There's the tree. That's the chemistry? Yes.
Now let's go use that chemistry to push Hurricane Urkel back out to sea.
All right.
Use the satellite image on your phone to track the hurricane's progress.
I still don't have no reception.
Here, use mine.
Did we ever find out what happened with Governor Simpson?
No. Well, okay, this is going to sound weird, but I may have told him about a hobbit that...
A hobbit?
Yes, yeah, a hobbit. Yeah. So, that could supposedly change the direction of storms. So, he left to tell this hobbit about Hurkel.
That sounds ridiculous.
I know.
This should be pulling the storm out to sea!
No, not changing at all. Nothing's moving.
What?
No! Are you sure this is the right tree?
This tree never makes mistakes!
Oh, it's moving! Wait, it's the wrong way!
No!
That stopped.
Well, anyway, the governor said he would be back soon, but I haven't been able to get in contact with him, and I'm starting to get worried. Whether or not... Hey, look. Whoa!
Well, what do you see?
Well, it's the latest satellite image of Hurkel, and the storm stopped approaching us.
Really?
In fact, there's a slight change in direction.
Whoa!
No, it's moving away!
It's moving! It's moving out to sea! It's going out to sea!
Look, there it goes!
out to sea!
Holy catfish!
Charleston is saved!
Oh my god, this is amazing!
It must have been the Hobbit.
Praise the Hobbit!
You did it!
Yes!
Good evening, South Carolina. We all thought Hercule would devastate Charleston, but our community was saved by this amazing hobbit.
I had my doubts, but he pulled it off.
Holdfast, you deserve something for saving us all. What can we do for you?
Well, I have always wanted to be a sports anchor on the news. Perhaps I could have a job here?
You know sports?
Yes. I've played shooting the wand, bowls, 9 pins.
I don't think we cover those sports, but hey, let's have you talk to the producer. Who knows?
Splendid! By the way, this pushed my Instagram account to over 50,000 followers.
Excellent. Well, let's raise a glass to Holdfast the hero.
It gives me great pleasure to know that we hashtag Save Charleston.
When a storm is heading your way, you think it's gonna be a very bad day. You start to panic and freak out. This'll be destructive, no doubt. Just when you think you're pretty much screwed, you hear about an awesome, incredible dude. His name is Holdfast, he's quite the guy. He works his magic up in a stormy sky. How does he do it? It's really odd. He's got a special power like he's a god. He's an HOBBI and a T. He can move weather, he knows chemistry. He's an HOBBI and a T. He can move weather, he knows chemistry.
Folks, we're waiting on an update from Bob Breeze and Governor Simpson about Hercule. I've just received bad news about South Carolina's most popular place to visit. I'm talking about the amusement park with our favorite squirrel performers, known as Whirls and Squirrels. We all love the amazing show with these theatrical fluffy-tailed performers. Unfortunately, there's no way to evacuate these talented squirrels. An employee with the key to the Squirrelatorium recently lost the key in a fire. The only other person with the key is currently in space. You heard that right. Jeff Bezos had an extra seat on his most recent trip. He's a lover of whirls and squirrels, so he invited the squirrel guy. Hashtag bad timing.
Folks, great news! Hercule is moving away from whirls and squirrels. The amusement park is going to be saved. The roller coasters will stay intact, and most importantly, the squirrels will survive. Are Millibars like candy bars?
Not in the slightest.